Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahawah, Sham, Qadash, Shalom to the 144,000 rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm not going to make this too long. Let's see where the Spirit takes me. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, Israel was scattered throughout the whole planet. And one of the places that they were scattered to and lived and grew up in, had children, grew old, died, is Iraq. So if they're in Iraq, they're all over the place. Give me a second. Yeah, Jakes, we're originally from here, as you know. Lebanon, part of our land. You go to Deuteronomy, the 3rd chapter. This is when the Lord shows Moses, Masha, the beautiful land that the Israelites are going to possess. And one of the lands was Lebanon. That's one of our lands. And all this region here is going to be ours. And he said, "You're not. See that beautiful land?" He said, You're not going to go to the land. He said, "Don't bring it up." And you can read it yourself. And this is a beautiful land right here. And it was beautiful. It was like the Garden of Eden. That's Jerusalem, Damascus, and Syria. You have a lot of Israelites in Syria. You look at a lot of Palestinians, they're Israelites. So when you encounter somebody that looks like he's from another nation, he or she might very well be an Israelite. Even blonde hair, blue-eyed people. Even people with red hair. Red skin. Pale looking. Dark black looking. When the scripture said we were scattered throughout the whole planet, we were scattered throughout the whole planet. So my focus is on Iraq, however you say it. You got Kuwait down here. You got Jakes. you go to these different areas, man. Jake is all over the place. So this is a video. Okay, this is a Black Man the Traveler, which I subscribe to him. And he's I believe he's from Cameroon or Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. Hadn't seen his videos too tough. But this was on my notification. I don't get all of his notification, information on new videos. Anyway, you look at the man, you can see he's a Jake. He got the flavor of a Jake, even though he's from either Cameroon or Nigeria. And he literally goes around the whole planet to places, China, all over the place. So it says, "Meet the black people of Iraq, extreme travel, Black Man the Traveler." And he makes his living through traveling because he gets, as you can see, the 6 days ago, 185,000 views. He gets support, financial support. So this is what he does for a living. Let me check the notes. I said always something happening in the news. Okay, nothing really happening. But I stopped at this scene right here. He goes into a restaurant, and these are, he got an Arab look, but he could be Jake too. But you can clearly see this is a Jake right here. But they speak they speak that language. They speak Arabic, if I'm not mistaken. Like Iran, the people of Iran, they don't speak Arabic. They speak Farsi. The people of Afghanistan, they don't speak Arabic. They speak Pashtun. So they say everybody's Arabs. You're all a bunch of Arabs and you all speak Arabic. Nope. This individual right here, you get a better picture of him. Let me do this. You can see that he's a Jake. Oh, I'm sorry. I pause it right here because when he extended his hand, you know how Jake do when they see somebody that they cool with. They don't just give them a handshake. They put their hand out and then they smack the hand. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Fair use. See that? You saw that. That's Jake. That's in Jake's spirit. This is a Jake right here too. And you can see Arabs mingle among them, but some of them could be Jake too. Because when Jake goes to other lands, they lay with the women. Okay, that's Black Man the Traveler. You can clearly see he looked like one of the brothers from the main camp. Okay, here. See, this is Jake. It ain't nothing but Jake. You see how he put his hand on his heart? It ain't nothing but Jake. And I believe his wife is one of the Latin tribes, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see that there's Jake. Jake. They got the high top fades. I didn't even see the whole video. I guess that's the thing, the high top fades. He might be an Ephraimite. But they're definitely black people, which makes them most likely.
Anyone with $10,000 or more debt or personal loan.
That's how he makes his money, through them commercials and ads. Let me see. And this dude goes to a lot of restaurants and eats different foods. Okay. Wait a minute. And I look like everybody's cousin. Everybody got a cousin that look like homeboy right here. And this guy right here. You don't tell me he's not a Jake. He looks Simeon. He looked like he could be Simeon. The heart, that's Middle Eastern. And Jake does that too. You know, when you reach your hand out and dap somebody, shake somebody's hand, you put your hand on your heart. You see? And you can't tell me this guy, this guy's an Arab. He's a heathen. He's an Arab. Man, this man walking down the street in Harlem, he fit right in. He fit right in. But they all speak the language. Now, if you look at body language, you see this guy, he's like, who is this nigga? And he put his hand behind his back saying, I'm open. You can ask me any questions. I trust you, you know? And he talking to a chick and she got an arm folded, she really ain't into you. And then you might say something, you know, you looking at body language, man, when you're dealing with people. Now, I don't know if this guy speaks English. Let me do this. And this is a barber shop. Jake and number Jake, they got the barber shop. And I guarantee you they talking shit in the barber shop too. And look at this. Look at this. That's a Jake right there. This guy could be, if you go to Mexico City, they'll start talking Spanish to him. So we don't know if he's a Jake. But he's hanging out among them. You know? So anyway, let me go to the scripture. And I'm going to show you where Iraq is in the scriptures. Babylon, so forth. Babylon is in Iraq. So it says here, right? It says Isaiah 11:11. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahawah shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left. And this is talking about now. So there's going to be elect that's going to be scattered throughout the planet. But the main deliverance, as we have said, is going to come out of America. But we have brothers in England, Canada, that are of the elect, or hopefully elect, different parts of Europe, a couple of brothers in Africa, Puerto Rico, Mexico. There's a couple of brothers in GMS down there in Mexico that are Issacharites, and throughout this country, U.S. So the deliverance is not gonna necessarily come out of those countries, but the elect will be delivered from those countries. But if they don't get delivered, they're not going to be destroyed. But the elect that are in Babylon, they have to be delivered, or they'll be destroyed. It says in Matthew 24 that as the lightning strike from the west to the east or east to the west, how does it say? I will gather the elect from the four winds. I'm not going to go. I'm just merely paraphrasing. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, which is now, that Yahawah shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. The remnant of his people at this time are the two kingdoms. So the two kingdoms are coming together. You check out the various camps, whether they be GMS, ISUPK, IUIC, Sakari, and there's many other camps that sprouted from those camps. That you'll see Jake in there, and you'll see a couple of Ephraimites, and maybe a Simeonite or two, or a couple of Issachar, a couple of the Issacharite tribes. You know, the brother, young coming elder from Hawaii, from the Hawaii GMS Hawaii, that brother's Asher. And so you can see that throughout the camps. It says, which shall be left. Right, we've been left. We're here, left here in America to serve slavery. Part of the curses, Deuteronomy 28, 68 to be exact. From Assyria and from Egypt. So you got Israelites in Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, which is Ethiopia, and from Elam, which is India. You have a big community of Jakes scattered throughout in the land of India, Elam. And from Shinar. Shinar is you can look it up. Shinar is Iraq, that area off of the Euphrates, and from Hamath, and from the island of the sea. Now, they had technical difficulty about 15 minutes ago with this page here, and they gave me a notification. We have technical difficulty. Please bear with us, because I wanted to show you something. So I know Shaina is Iraq, off of the coast of Euphrates. But I don't want to say it. I want to... Okay, it came up, I believe. All right, it came up. Okay, they fixed it. All praises to Yahawah B'Shem El Shai. Not all praises. Who you praising? All praises, all praises. It's all praises to who? So it says Shaina. Okay, the word in the Hebrew is Shaiwa. Shawa'ir. I'm sorry, Shana'ir. Excuse me, Shana'ir. Or Shan'ir. Country of two rivers. Yeah, because you have the Euphrates and then you have the Tigris. The ancient name of the territory, later known as Babylonia or Chaldea. And Babylon is in Iraq. Shaina or Shun-ir, probably of foreign derivation, Shaina, a plain in Babylonia. And Peter spoke about the church in Babylon. So you had Israelites that established a following after Peter and the apostles, and they believed in the Messiah, and they were actually living in Babylon. And there's a lot of history. There's been Israelites living there since before the Yahawashi came on the scene. And obviously, these individuals don't know that they're Israelites. So now, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me have a little fun with this. Let me do this. And knowing Bishop Nate, there's probably a camp out there, Iraq. IUIC, Iraq. Message to the Israelites in Iraq preview. Let me see. Let me play this. Fair use.
Shalom, I'm Officer Jadiel of IUIC, and I'm here to let you Afro-Iraqis know that you are the Israelites. Islam is not your religion, and the culture you've been given has been forced upon you over many generations. When you look at Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it explains what will happen to the Israelites and how they will be spread across the earth.
Okay, so now let me do this. Hey, where's the camp at, man? What's up with the Booster Club? I'm just giving them a hard time. Okay, so there's no IUIC Iraq unless it's written in a different way. So y'all got a lot of work to do. Which we said, the heavy lifting, the internet does the heavy lifting. Oh, there's a new one. Little Uzi Vert. Well, we already know that the news is out on him. We already know he got pink. We already know that he got turned out a long time ago. Fingernail polish and purse that show what make you do. Urban politics. I'm gonna watch this. Yeah, he became famous because the people behind him, and we know who they are. Don't mention their name, because they'll lawyer up against you. And this is to, feminize the Jake men. These people are not creative. They do the music for them. I'm gonna watch this later. I may do a video on it. Where's IUIC Iraq, bro? What happened to the 12 tribes worldwide? They got enough dough. But anyway, there's no Iraq. But the focus is supposed to be on America, because the deliverance is going to come out of America. And is it humanly impossible to hit every Israelite on the planet Earth? There's got to be three. The majority of the people on the planet Earth are not the Chinese or the Elamites, East Indians. They're Israelites. There's got to be probably 3 billion plus Israelites all throughout the world. It's humanly impossible to hit all those people, even if you had 1 million men that were out there that were prophets. They're going to get it after the fact. All throughout South America. Okay, so now you got this map. This is, give me a second. Okay, this is Baghdad. This is Iraq. Baghdad, Iraq. Baghdad is in Iraq. This is the Euphrates. You can hardly see it. You got the Euphrates, then you got the Tigris. If I open it up, you'll be able to see it better. You got Iran, which are the neighbors. Afghanistan, which are people of the same people. The Elam, which they're being called Persians. And you got Jake mingled Saudi Arabia. You got Jake mingled. I was watching, this was some years ago. This was I believe it was the World Cup. I believe it could have been 2020 or something. Whenever the World Cup comes, it comes in 2 years after the Olympics. Maybe it was 2022 or something. Yeah, it was 2022. It could have been the previous one. And they had the Saudi Arabian soccer team. And 95% of them were all black, dark-skinned men with woolly hair. Straight up Jakes. And you might have had maybe 2 or 3 of them that had an Arab look to them. So those had to be Jakes. Or they could have been Hamites. But most likely they're Jake. So you got Jake mingled literally anywhere you go in the Middle East and in Africa, there's Jake. There's got to be 3.54 billion Israelites out there on the planet. There's more of us than any other nation out there. Okay, Byzantine Empire was we had all this land right here, all of Europe. And we look like everybody on the planet Earth. So you cannot say, oh, you an Edomite. You can't get this. You got to bow down and kiss my shoe. And the dude might humble himself because he's an Israelite, and you got an Israelite kissing your boot. Okay, now let me give you another precept. So the main precept to go to is Isaiah 11:11. which refers to now, and then I'm going to go to, and these are just, I'm focusing on the Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites, but then you had Israelites scattered throughout the planet that know that they're Israelites. And they're waking up through the web. Let me go to Acts 2. And I'm going to go back to the map, because you got to know the map in relation to the Bible, the scriptures. Okay, this was the Pentecost, right? Which is the Feast of Weeks. It says, and there were dwelling in Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. What does it mean by devout men out of every nation under heaven? It's talking about Jews, Israelites. These were the Israelites that were scattered, that knew that they were Israelites living in other lands, and they would make a pilgrimage to Jerusalem for the Passover. The biggest group that came out there was the Alexandrian Israelites. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. That's why it says every nation, every tongue, every kingdom. The tongue is talking about Israelites that speak different tongues. And every nation is talking about the places that they went to, that the Most High scattered them to. Read Deuteronomy 28:64. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galilean, meaning they're supposed to speak Hebrew? And how hear we every man in our tongue, our own tongue? These are Israelites talking, wherein we were born. The Parthians, the Medes, the Elamites, the dwellers of Mesopotamia. That's down there in that area. I'm going to show you Mesopotamia, Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus, Asia, Egypt, Cretes and Arabians. You had Israelites that were considered Arabians, and they spoke that language. You know what? Let me go to Mesopotamia. I'm going to show you where that is in a hot second, rather. This is Mesopotamia. This is of the Chaldees. Remember that, because I'm going to test you, brothers, in the near future. Maybe. That's that's where Abraham came out of. And I'm going to prove that in the scriptures, because you got to know these maps too. These Christians that roll up, they know the Bible, bring out a map of the old world, the biblical world. See how much they know. See if they can navigate with, in that map. So this would be considered Mesopotamia, however you say it. Haran. This is a fertile crescent. Look that up. Abraham went up here, and he came down here, past Palestine, and went right into Canaan, and went right into Egypt. Then, during the time of Jacob and his sons, they were in captivity, right? And they wound up here for 40 years, and they wound up in Israel. And at that time, when Israel grew, we were scattered through wars, through going to other places for business opportunities, all slavery, all that. This is the reason why we're over here in America. So we're all over the place. You got how many millions, hundreds of millions of Jake is living in Italy? The islands, the Sicilians are Jake. Palermo, Sardinia. Sardinia is one of the islands of southern Italy. That's where you get the word sardine from. It's really a small fish. And the flag for Sardinia is I believe it's 4 Moors on the flag. I believe that's for Sardinia. Let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. Scripture say, prove all things, right? The flag of Sardinia. There we go. There it is. Those are the Moors. Flag of Sardinia. The flag of Sardinia called the flag of the The flag of Sardinia called the flag of the four Moors. So why would they put Moors on their flag? Because it was the Moors that conquered them Edomites, man. Look at this. Look at this. Let me see what this is. Okay, this is the first flag of Sardinia. And you can see that this is a Jake, a Moor. Wow, wow. Wait a minute. Coat of arms. You can see that the four Moors. So Jake wasn't ruling nothing, huh? Anyway, let's come back over here. Let me see something here. Let me see something here. Let me go here. Genesis 2. Ninth verse, Genesis 2 verse 9, and out of the ground made Yahawah the Most High to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You don't eat the tree of knowledge and the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You don't eat that. That's something that you eat with your mind. Up here it's talking about actual trees. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from hence it was parted and became in the four heads. And the name of the first is Pison, that is which compasses the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. So this is back to the basics. This is Pison, the Red Sea. And this is ancient Havilah. Back to the basics. And the gold of that land was good. There is Bedlam and onyx stone. And the name of the second is Gihon. The same is it that compasses the whole land of Ethiopia. That's this right here. Ethiopia is around about here. This is Egypt. So Ethiopia, of course, will be in between the Nile and the Red Sea. So that's the Nile. Gihon is the Nile. Let me do something. Let me go to Gihon to see what they say. Oh, they go off on this. They went off on that. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That's the Tigris, and that is it that goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. So if you go to the map, Euphrates, where is it? Okay. Euphrates is right around here. Baghdad, Iraq. The Euphrates are right around here, and then you got the Tigris. I got to open it up more. Matter of fact, let me do this. Open it up a little bit more. So this has to be the Euphrates, and this has to be the Tigris. Either this or this. Doesn't show you. I believe that this is the Tigris, and this is the Euphrates, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got the main source of water, which is Jordan. I mean, you got the river in the garden in Eden. Yeah, so when you study these scriptures, you got to know maps, and I guarantee you, these Christians do not understand maps. If you go to Genesis, let me go to Genesis 1. They can't even answer this. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Ask them to break that down. What does it mean by God? They'll say the Heavenly Father, God, is one person. So they're easy. Now, if you got a person that's a scholar, he should know. He should know better. He should know something about the maps. But these Christians ain't up on nothing, man. These everyday Christians. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.